Hello everyone, today we're going to be making a twin headlight converter for a GpZ500 or an EX500R Ninja, if you're American. It's quite a simple process, it just depends on how inventive you are with what you've got. Yeah, I'm only using basic equipment, I'm not using anything complicated. I've got a pen, a couple of pieces of nice card, a GpZ500 front headlight protector that I bought from a bike show for £20. This is for the D1 onwards model, that's 94 onwards. I'm not sure if it's a similar, same shape to the previous model, but it should do the trick. If you've got the older model, it's similar shape. I know it's a bit more rounded at the edges, but it should do. I've also got a tape measure and a small bowl, just for peanuts and things. That's going to round off the edges, turn it into a fox headlight. I haven't got my phone to show you what I'm going to make it look like, because that's the thing that's filming us, but it should look something like this basically. It's fox headlight like the ZX7R sort of thing. Basically all it is, it's going to be in the end a template for a strip of vinyl running down the middle of the headlight, and what that's going to do is going to separate the main headlight thing into two separate ones, fox eyes. It's very simple. Basically I want two shapes like this, one here and one obviously flipped over, sort of going to look like this in the end. I know these are very rough ideas, but I measured it top to bottom, halved it, so obviously I got a nice measurement, straight down the middle, measured either side, and then obviously drew with the bowl how to do it. So here's how you guys can do it at home. If not, obviously get in contact with me, I'll try and make you one, get you one dispatched out to you if I can. I mean, it's not a hard process to do, literally. I'll just start from now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw around the headlight, like so. I'm going to try and keep it in the same place. I mean, if you don't have a headlight protector, I guess this is going to be quite hard to do, because what you're going to have to do in that case is actually draw this template of the main headlight on your bike, and that's going to be quite tricky, because obviously you've got to hold a piece of paper in place with some tape or something, and then you're going to have the edges and the angles of the headlight to deal with, and that's going to be a right ball ache, I imagine. So obviously it's going to start moving around a lot as I'm doing it, so don't worry about that. It's just a rough estimation as to where the headlight shape is, because obviously I can make the vinyl, and I can cut the vinyl off the edges top to bottom. Top to bottom is not an issue, it's side to side that I need to worry about, because obviously the middle margin is going to be, how far apart the headlight eyes are going to be. Obviously the filament bulb is somewhere here, so you don't want to block it out completely, you don't want it too wide, because then you're going to get no beam. If you cut it here, it's going to look stupid anyway, but I mean, you're going to get no headlight power. If you cut it all, if you can make it too wide. So I want to make it nice and sort of thin-ish, not too far, so you're still getting a bit of beam here and here. It's going to look a bit boz-eyed, I know, but that's all you can do, to be honest, with this. I mean, there's not many modifications that are out there for the GpZ500 that are easy to do. It's either you're spending all your money on a bike that's not really worth it, or doing crap modifications that don't look any good. Right, okay, so here's the headlight template. A rough idea, I know, but it's pretty much equal either side. Then what I'm going to do, measure it, and tape measure, top to bottom, roughly the middle. I know it's 12 centimetres. So I'm going to mark this as 12 centimetres, top to bottom. .120, working millimetres. So now I'm going to find literally the middle. So measure either side. Roughly, I know it's about, what's this, 25 centimetres. So I'm going to go 12.5, straight down the middle is there. Middle. Okay. Draw the line there then. I know it's all very rough, but like I said, you can move the piece of vinyl along the headlight up and down where it's the way you need to be, and obviously we can just add some further vinyl onto the edge, like I have done here and here. This is just a rough estimation as to how much I'll need, because obviously the headlight is 3D, so I mean at the back you can wrap it around the edges here, and that's not really a problem, because obviously you can just add as much as you need to make it a secure fitting, and also so it doesn't look shit, so you've not got like hangover here of the headlight that's not covered. You can make it as long as you need to be, and then cut to shape. that's not really my worry. My worry is how wide it's going to be, and obviously that the shape's right. I don't want to make a shape that's sort of too angular, or you know, not angular enough. So the shape's crucial. That's why I've done a bowl shape, because then you'll always get the round fox eye element of this bit. The flat edges will come with the natural shape of the headlight. Okay. Okay, so that's 120 centimeters there. Okay. Right. With this one, what I did, I said basically let's do 1 inch either side, or 1 inch in total. I know I'm flicking between millimeters and inches here, but that's a rough estimation of how wide I need it to be. I've shortened that now because I thought it'd be a bit too wide, so I went from here to here. Let's have a look. What's that? It's about 1.5 centimeters, which isn't a lot at all, but I think that works a lot better. Let's try 2 centimeters, see what that does. So I'll whack that at 1 centimeter. Put the 2 there. In fact, yeah, I think actually 3 centimeters either side, or 1.5 centimeters each side. So what's that? 3, 1, 2. Maths. Right. In fact, yeah, that's too wide. 1 centimeter each side will be fine, I think. I can't see that centimeter, so I'll do this one. Yeah, that's more than wide enough. There, see? There's your centimetre. So there's 2 centimetres there. 20. Okay, 20 millimeters there. What I'm going to do now then is either side I'm going to make the fox eye. I made it a bit. I decided I wanted it a bit further out than standard, because I mean, if I measure it to the inch, then that's only getting it to there. But as a fox eye goes, it needs to be further. It needs to touch further along the top of the headlight than it does on the bottom. If you understand my meaning, what I mean is, where the edge of the vinyl meets the headlight edge, this bit needs to be further along this way than this bit. So this bit needs to be further back. So originally it wasn't really that far ahead of this one. I want it to be about 1 inch further on. So I'll guesstimate as to where I want it, which is about fox eye. Come on, Kyle, think. There, I reckon. So about there. No science involved whatsoever here. It's just literally a guess. I'll measure that from the middle, obviously, so I want it symmetrical, but 7.5. Jesus Christ, what am I playing at? 7.5 is there. Okay. Right, rough estimation again. It's going to be the same size. It's going to be symmetrical anyway, like, so I'm not really bothered. As long as that touches that and that, I'm not really fussed. Obviously, it's not a big enough bowl. What are you going to do? Happy? And I mean, the best thing about this is you can just tailor it how you want it. It doesn't have to do anything you don't want it to do. It's your design, your template. You can do whatever you want it to do. Perfect. And there is your basic template for fox eyes. Can you see the fox eye here? And the fox eye here? This is the piece of vinyl. Let me shade it in. The piece that you want is the piece I'm shading in. It's this bit. Obviously, it's obvious to those who know what I'm talking about, but I'm quite hard at explaining things. This is the piece of vinyl, the piece I'm shading, that you're going to cut out and use to stick between on your headlight to make the 2 fox eyes. That's the piece you need. It looks pretty cool now, I think. I can imagine that on my bike. What I'm going to do now then, just for the easy sake of it, is I'm going to add a bit more vinyl that I want to cut off on the end, right? So I'm just going to literally draw on another ½ inch off the paper sort of thing. It's always better to have more than less, because then you can cut to shape. Seriously, so I'll just continue shading this to illustrate what I mean. All the bit that I'm shading in is what you need to cut out, and then you can literally just go along with a, you know, a craft knife or a scalpel or a Stanley, and then just cut what you need. These are going to be now your this is going to be now your guide to cutting out your piece of vinyl to stick over the front of your headlight. And that's how you do it. That's your template. What I want you to do now is then cut it out and then lay that on top of a piece of vinyl, get yourself a decent craft knife, cut that out to fit, stick it on the bike, and there you go. That's your template.